Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gary Holt from Exodus and formerly from Slayer, and you're listening to The Razor's Edge.
Right, you're listening to The Razor's Edge, and I'm at Bloodstock with This Summit Fever, who have just been on the Jaeger stage. How was it?
Yeah, it was great, man. There was a lot of people, so we caught a lot of people from the main stage coming across, and people seem to enjoy it, man. So it was great. Yeah.
Great fun, man. I really enjoyed it. It's just super hot up there, but yeah. Great.
Yeah. It's just pretty hot down here, but I mean, you're performing, so different kettle of fish. Yeah, I know, great. I thought the crowd were really energetic from what I caught, and it seems really interesting. It's what you want, I guess, from a debut Bloodstock show.
Yeah, well, again, we're super grateful to be given the opportunity. So thanks to Simon for giving us the slot there, and we're very grateful to be given that chance to play to a bigger audience. So that's great.
Are you Bloodstock veterans, or is it your first time here?
It's my first time.
Yeah, my first time too. My first time here and first time playing here.
Yeah.
So yeah, great fun.
But it's a nice vibe. It's friendly. Everyone that I've met so far has been super nice. So yeah.
Oh, it's really good. Are there any of the UK festivals that you like to attend, either as punters or as players?
We've been to Desert Fest, haven't we? And that was cool. Yeah, so that was some great bands there that we really wanted to see. I think we'll try again.
Yeah, we'd like to play that one actually. Yeah, it'd be great. Maybe one day.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Well, something I've always wondered, but I've never asked as well. Where does the band name come from? Like,
That was on you, Andy.
Yeah, well, it started as a project during lockdown, so it was just basically like a little recording thing that I started, and I have a bit of a fascination with big mountains like the Himalayas, and Summit Fever is like basically it's something that people get like when they're almost near the top and they can't turn around, so even though that they might die getting to the top, they can't turn around because they've got something called Summit Fever. I don't know, it seemed quite cool.
It's a cool band name. I never knew that. It's great. Well, you've just released Distraction Rituals, 4-track EP about distractions, I guess. But I mean, how has the reception been? Like, has it been as you expected, or?
Well, we never expect anything,
Right, okay.
but it's been really good. We've had a lot of positive feedback from both our existing fan base and also like newer fans, let's say. So yeah, we're happy with the way it turned out, and we're glad that people like it.
Yeah, we got a great debut show for the EP by Civil War in London.
Yes.
They put us on for our own show to launch the EP. We were really excited.
Was that with the Rhubarb in support?
Was it with the Rhubarb?
It was, yeah. Good band as well, man. Yeah.
I think we played with them the day before in Leicester. They're a good band.
Yeah,
that was a great gig. Really good.
Yeah. Nice people as well.
Yeah, for sure. And are you already planning the next follow-up release to Distraction Rituals? What's next on the table for This Summit Fever?
Well, we are writing at the moment, and we're hoping to go into the studio towards the end of the year, and hopefully release something sort of middle of next year, all being well. But yeah, we've got a few songs done, so just got to finish them off and and then record them basically. So
we're going to try and squeeze another 4 or 5 track EP on, maybe re-record some of the older stuff.
Sure. Do you think there is a future for albums, or will short form releases kind of be the new norm, especially for independent bands? It seems to be the done thing.
I think for independent bands, releasing often is the way to go. I think obviously I'm not an expert, but I think like you've got to if you've got something to release, something to talk about, and it also means that you're writing all the time. So hopefully the writing gets better. I mean, if you're an established act and you're doing worldwide tours, then you can't probably do that because you're going to be on tour for a couple of years at a time. So, but for a small band like us, you know, like releasing something every year is definitely feasible, you know. And I think personally, I think that's the way to go. Like doing smaller EPs. I think it's hard to get people's attention these days. So I think little and often, I think is in my opinion, the way to go.
Absolutely. It seems like the modern listener prefers that, and I see some bigger bands following the same thing, and it seems to be a good way forward for it. So
I think little and often kind of keeps you more relevant and more in the public eye, rather than taking, you know, a year and a half, even 2 years to write another album, and you know, you've been forgotten. Especially at the level we are, it's important to stay relevant and in the public eye.
Yeah, I mean, if you even some big bands, you know, they seem to finish a touring cycle and then they seem to release something else, and then, you know, I think the name of the game is just to keep writing, keep producing stuff, and you know, we try and improve everything we do each time we write something. So
something. But if you go to this Summit Fever show, something I always notice that you have a big pedal board. Like you have two. There's a guitar and a bass amp. Are there one or two that you really couldn't live without? That you always kind of base your sound on when you're playing?
Well, actually, that's been a recent change. I had an operation recently, which means I can't carry my big pedal board. Or I couldn't at the time. So I've got something different now. So it's not as big, and I definitely can't live without it now. So, but in terms of effects, the fuzz and the pitch shifter that I use is pretty integral to the sound. So
I think the fuzz is very important to this Summit Fever sounds. I mean, you're not a typical like stoner rock or heavy metal or doom. It's kind of its own thing, but fuzz is a core part of it, I'd say.
Yeah, the fuzz is definitely important. It's more of a thicker distortion rather than like a more sort of metal distortion, I suppose.
A bit less crunchy and
yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we're at Bloodstock now, and there's T-shirts being sold with this Summit Fever's name on the same as Megadeth or The Sugar or whoever. But if you could have any support slot, who would your dream support slot be?
Oh, that's a good question, man.
Dead or alive? I'm going to throw it out there.
Dead or alive? what about?
For me, Foo Fighters would be. I'd love to support Foo Fighters.
Yeah, that would be an exceptional support slot. I think for me, Queens of Stone Age.
Yeah. I've always had a lot of time for both bands. I mean, a food show is so energetic and Dave Grohl's iconic, and then Queens of Stone Age. I don't think they've ever put on a bad show from what I've seen. Big rock bands. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're at Bloodstock Festival. Have you tried any of the festival foods yet?
Oh yeah, I had a cheeseburger, and I bought my wife some fries as well, and got stung for 17 quid. But it was good. But washed it down with a beer, so that made it better.
Lovely. I know. Andy, Jim, it's been really nice to catch up with you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, dude.
This has been This Summit Fever at Bloodstock Festival.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you keep up to date with future episodes by subscribing to our channels. For more information on this podcast, or for all the latest music news, reviews, interviews and more, head over to our website www.therazorsedge.rocks.